Boys and girls, today we are going to read The Legend of Spookly the Square Pumpkin, written by Joey Troiano and illustrated, that means the pictures were colored by Susan Banta. This is the title page. It just tells the title again, The Legend of Spookly the Square Pumpkin. One day in the pumpkin patch, the strangest little pumpkin hatched. Spookly wasn't like his friends, where they had curves, he had ends. Spookly was different. He was odd. He was rare. Spookly the pumpkin wasn't round. He was square. While the round pumpkins had fun rolling along, poor Spookly sat there shaped all wrong. He tried and tried with all his might, but he couldn't budge. He just sat tight. The other pumpkins teased him because he was square. Spookly wished he was round and could roll everywhere. That is, until one night when they all discovered it's fine to be round when the weather is fair, but there are times it's better to be square. Halloween was just a day away when a mighty storm blew across the bay. It tossed the round pumpkins to and fro. It snapped their vines, then off they'd go. Bouncing left, slamming right, banging, bashing. Oh, what a sight. Spookly sat there filled with fright, but glad to be a square that night. Why do you think he was glad to be a square that night? Shout it out. Look at the picture clues. They're showing us that the fence is ripped and the round pumpkins are getting through and falling into the bay. Oh, it looks like it was a terrible storm. Suddenly the fence gave way. 3 pumpkins rolled out into the bay. Oh, look, our picture clues just showed us what the story is telling us. Spookly knew what must be done. It was up to him. He was the one. He teetered, he tottered, he tipped, he tried, and finally flipped. He was on his side. Do you notice tried and side rhyme? And Spookly really tried very hard. He never gave up. That's a really good lesson for us. Again he tipped, again he flopped, again he flipped, and then make a prediction. What do you think he's going to do? He stopped. Right in the gap where the fence had snapped, he blocked the way. The hole was capped. That means he blocked the hole, boys and girls. Why do you think he did that? Why do you think he blocked the hole? That's right, so the other pumpkins couldn't get through. He was being a hero. All the pumpkins shouted, "Hooray! Spookly the square pumpkin has saved the day." Then a pumpkin hit him with a whack. He thought his shell would start to crack. Oh gosh, I'm going to stop and I'm going to think. I wonder how he's feeling right now. I wonder thumbs up if you think he's very happy right now. Thumbs down if you're thinking, oh, he's worried or scared. Oh yeah, I have a thumbs down too because I'm thinking he might be worried or scared that he's going to be hurt. Then another one hit him with a thump and another with a smack. Oh, poor Spookly the pumpkin. Then one by one, a ton of pumpkins piled on the stack with a bang and a bash and a crunch and a crash, and then it all went black. Look at this big pile of pumpkins. They're all sitting on little Spookly, the square pumpkin. Oh gosh, I wonder how Spookly is feeling right now. At dawn, when the storm had stopped, the farmer came out and checked his crop. He picked his pumpkins up one by one and laid them out in the warm, dry sun. And when the last one was moved away, the farmer could see what had saved the day. An odd-shaped pumpkin, short and dense, was wedged against the broken fence. Who was that short pumpkin? That's right, it was Spookly the square pumpkin. Its shell was bruised, its stem was too, but there was a brave little Spookly sitting straight and strong and true. Right then and there, the farmer knew of all the seeds he'd ever sown, Spooklies were the most special that had ever grown. Why do you think Spookly was so special, boys and girls? That's right, he was square, and he also was a hero. He helped those who needed him. And the next year, when it was time to sow, he sowed those seeds in every row. He watered and weeded and watched them grow. And oh, that morning about mid-June, when the pumpkin patch began to bloom, that means everything started to grow. There were tiny pumpkins everywhere, hundreds and hundreds, and most of them square. But, what do you think the but is? Make a prediction. Some were cubes and some were rectangular. Some were flat and others triangular. That means they were a triangle. I see one right there. There was a bed of bright red ones and 2 rows of blue. I've never seen a blue pumpkin, have you? There were polka dot pumpkins and rainbow ones too. Oh my goodness. There were thousands of colors and hundreds of shapes. Oh, what a garden variety makes. Now, every year on Halloween, Spookly's patch is quite a scene. People come from far and near to see what wonders grew that year. I'm going to stop and make a connection. I went to a pumpkin patch once and I got to see all the different pumpkins. None of them were ever square or triangular or purple or red or had rainbow shapes, but they were quite nice. They stop, they gawk, they gaze, they stare. Then they pick a pumpkin that's round, triangular, or perfectly square. I see Spookly. Now you know the story of how Spookly grew. Maybe someday you'll tell someone too. And they'll go tell someone who'll go tell another. And maybe one day we will all discover you can't judge a book or a pumpkin by its cover. Boys and girls, this was such a special book. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.